Hi guys, welcome. This will be our third studio vlog. Thank you for joining. And yeah, today we're going to talk about some stuff that's been going on here, which will be we got a new studio desk. So if you see this really nice wooden piece of crap behind us, which served us really well, to be honest, it's got to go. We've got some outboard gear, we got some rack gear, and so we need about, I think, 20 rack units or something like that. So we're gonna build ourselves a desk with two racks on the sides, like on a little bit of an angle, so we can reach the knobs better, and put the desk on there, and also get rid of our speaker or monitor stands, so they will all be integrated in the desk. Yeah, I've already planned everything. We already got the material to build it. So yeah, I don't know, if you want, we can shoot a movie or shoot a video of us building the whole crap, so you can watch us fail horribly at our woodworking skills. Yeah, and just kind of talk about a little bit about the design and why we didn't buy a pre-made studio desk. You know, if you're interested in something like that, let us know. And yeah, I think we would do a video on that. Yeah. Next up is the Clark stuff. As you know, we ordered some Clark Technic compressors and EQs. We have one LA2A clone. We got two 1176s and two Pultec clones. They all arrived finally. We had to wait like 3 or 4 months because they were out of stock at Thomann. Yeah. Thing is, as everybody said, quality is really not the best. Their number one priority, I'd say. They look good. They sound pretty good so far. We got to test the 1176 a little bit more though. But yeah, we had 3 here, the LA2A and the 2 Pultecs, and 1 Pultec was already gone. You know, so we have to send it back, get a new one. Hopefully that one will work, and hopefully will keep working for a little bit, so we can test it, use it, and also do a review. I hope that will be coming up somewhere in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, about the LA2A first. Yeah, so we'll see about that. Yeah, and one other thing. What was the other thing? Oh yes, we, as we said in the last vlog, we finished an album. We had a listen through with the band, and afterwards we talked about how the mixing process went. And we had some problems at first because the guitars were in stereo, and we had like there was some delay pedal in his pedalboard chain, which was kind of destroying the stereo image. It was very like a distorted view, like a distorted stereo field. It was really weird. Kind of, I don't know what happened there really. We managed to fix it. It sounds good now. Yeah, but I kind of struggled with that, and I think that was because I started to mix too early. So we recorded, and I think about 2 weeks later maybe I started mixing, and you would think that was plenty of time between recording and mixing to like get it out of your head, but it was all still there. I really couldn't focus too much because I had this stereo problem, and that really threw me off. So I luckily had my colleague work for a little bit on it and fix some of the stereo problems, so that I didn't have to listen to it for the next 4 weeks or something like that. So I could really get my head clear of what I've been hearing in the back of my head all the time. So then I could go back to mixing it, and it actually came out pretty good. I'm really happy with it now. But yeah, that's one thing that I want to talk about, is the whole mixing strategy thing. How do you approach that, and what are some of the traps that you can fall into? and there are a lot of traps when mixing, especially when mixing an album, because, for example, one thing is that a lot of times you listen to the recording, or you record, if you record it first, you record it and you think, damn man, it sounds really good, you know, I'm really happy with the recording, mixing will be really easy, yeah, great, blah, 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 blah. Then you listen to it the next time, like a week later, and you're like, yeah, well, it sounds good, but it's not as impressive as I thought it was. And of course it is. If you hear a new song and a new band and you're in the moment of the recording, most things will sound good. So really have to focus if it actually is what you want. And don't underestimate the mixing afterwards, even if the recordings are good. You have to do something, most of the time at least. The better the recording, the easier the mixing. That of course goes without saying. But to record something and don't have it mixed at all, it's probably not going to happen. Yeah. So you start mixing, and maybe it goes really well, and you get to your goal fast and what you want to hear. But most of the times it takes a while. So you're doing all your basic stuff. You're thinking, I don't know, there's just something still missing. I'm not quite happy. I don't know, and also don't know quite what it is that's missing for me. Then you get angry. That's usually what happens for me. Yeah, I start mixing. It doesn't sound like I want it to sound. It doesn't sound like what I have in my head. I get pissed. I take off for a week. Then I come back and I start mixing again. And then everything seems to be a lot better. I do a lot of progress, and I'm really happy with the mix. And that's when you step in the trap. Because if you now keep on mixing, you'll ruin your mix. You know, of course it's safe, so you can go back later. But if you're happy with the mix that you've done at some point, I'd really suggest to simply leave it for a couple of days at least, do some other mixing, listen to some other songs, just really don't think about it, and then come back and then listen to it and see if you still like it and if you want to change something. Don't come back the next day, don't come back half an hour later and start twisting everything again and changing the mix. That's something that happened to me a couple of times, and it's really annoying because in the end, it's gonna bite you in the ass. You know, that's just how it is. So take your time. Also take a lot of breaks. If you listen, or if you're mixing a doom band like I did last couple of days, and you have 4 hours of brutal fuzz hitting you in the face, you're not gonna hear a lot afterwards. So mix it maybe an hour. Take a 5-minute break. Do another hour, and then take a longer break, like take half an hour, because your ears are gonna thank you for it, and you're gonna be way more focused. And especially if you have like very aggressive music with a lot of distortion, and that's just really hyped in some kind of way, yeah, it's gonna be grating on your ears. So really take breaks. That's very important, I think. And also listen back on other monitors or headphones, or also listen to like a reference track that you want. Listen to some different music. I had a lot of times with the album that we did that I mixed it and I only changed between the songs that we recorded with the same band, and in the end it was pretty dark. It wasn't like extremely dark, but it was kind of dark. But for me it didn't feel like that because I've been only hearing this sound. So I had to check sometimes and listen to like another album from a band that I really liked, that I knew the sound of, and then I was like, whoa, there is a lot of high-end, or a lot more high-end going on than in my mix, for example. So take breaks, listen at different volume levels. That's also a very important thing, because the louder you get, the more bass and treble you're gonna get. The mids are gonna like drop out a little bit. Change your volume, change your headphones, change your monitoring system, whatever. Listen to some different mixes, and kind of don't overthink it. Take your time, and if you think it's good, let it be good for a while before you come back to it. That would be really my advice. Yeah, I don't know. How do you approach that whole thing? Do you have the same problems? Do you just say, oh, fuck it, I'll just trigger the whole drum kit? Or what's your approach there? I'd really like to know. Mixing is like, for me, the most time-consuming process of music production. Also one of the most important, and it's the one that can really get under your skin at some point. So yeah, tell me, how do you approach it? I'd really like to know. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We'd be happy to get some more people following us on this channel and maybe get chatting with. Yeah, so see you guys probably 1 or 2 weeks from now in the next studio vlog. Take care. Goodbye.